I just appreciate everybody watching.
Watch him throw the ball, we gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through fourth and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive, this is Trap or Dive.
Welcome back to another episode of the Trap or Dive podcast provided to you by 214 Media. I'm your host, Mual, Hen Dog Mual, Henny Mual, Coach Mual, all that good stuff. You know the vibes. And I'm here with the good man, Rye. Nick is on the way, but you know he always late. We gotta find a nickname for Nick for this show, but he always late, bro.
Maybe I don't know what to tell you, bro.
Cause he be on nigga time all the time. I don't know. Maybe we nigga
boy.
day. Figure it out. But Ryan, how you feeling, bro? You good, y'all?
I'm good, man. Feeling good on this good Wednesday, baby. Got a nice little workout. You know, feeling
Hey, that
fresh.
nigga Trey almost killed you yesterday.
Yeah,
man.
man.
But break it down, cause you had what's the word? You was in a group workout, so essentially.
Not really, bro. It was just me and Isaiah for real.
That's what I'm saying. Group workout. I meant like.
Oh, like yeah.
The partner is dependent upon you,
me.
and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So what
Definitely
happened?
put us through a little ringer. Had us doing bag work. Well, not really bag. He had the pad on while the other person was working out with him. You know what I'm saying, with the gloves. The other person was running laps around the building. 4 laps, started out with 4 laps while the other person was working. As soon as the other person finished 4 laps, switch and rotate, start all over again with the running. Then you went from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 until you finished all the laps, bro. Non-stop, baby. I
So
will
no breaks.
say, no breaks. No, I lied.
You couldn't even get no water.
I lied. Trey gave us a little bit of break. I ain't gonna hold you, but it wasn't long. It was like 20 seconds, but still.
I hate that shit. We
Yeah, it
didn't
was
have
like
that much time when we
it was
won
like
the
20
bag
seconds.
Monday. We ain't had no much time with Trey, man. What the fuck wrong
Yeah,
with
no,
him?
he was moving.
Talking
I ain't gonna hold you. He was definitely out the proof point. He proved it. Whatever he was trying to accomplish, that shit happened, nigga.
Whatever he was trying to do, he did it.
That nigga succeeded.
Oh man, yeah, man, it's good to have Ali back, man. Cause
don't tell Trey.
no, for sure. Cause
he kept saying, "Man, I know y'all wish Ali was back." I know y'all wish Ali was back.
That joint was killing me, cause nigga, when we did the workout today, it wasn't just that Ali was back. I knew we was gonna be lifting again, but when I started, I ain't never felt like so weak. Look at this nigga nickname, bro. I'm sick of him. He late, and he got a dumb nickname. But I think it's not just that Ali is back. It's the fact that I get to lift again. But when we started lifting today, which we wasn't even pushing like a lot of weight,
I know.
I ain't never felt so weak.
It's
before,
different.
Bro. That's what happens when you go so many days doing all that boxing and conditioning, bro. That junk killed me, dog. That junk killed me, man. So listen, let me stop being fat and just hold on, put the gummies to the side. Hold on. Here we go. And whichever way you are listening, always be sure to rate, review, or like the show. If you are new to the Trap or Dive, make sure you're following on Twitch or subscribed on YouTube, man, to help the show's growth. It is appreciated. And obviously, if you are listening to the podcast side, like I said, rate, review, help us out, man. We growing. Things is happening over here, man. We doing big things, man. It's not like we ain't taking off like one of my favorite podcasts right now, The Pivot. They is on moves, and you know we ain't professional athletes, but in the same vein, we moving, man. Catch the wave whichever way you can, because when we blow up, we taking y'all with us. So all that stuff is appreciated. On the show today, let me go ahead and add Nick, man. See what he up to. He ain't got no camera on, so I ain't add him just yet. Look at him. Look at that nickname, Snick Flair.
Snick Flair.
Nigga Nick.
Nigga think he's so cool,
late,
bro.
Yeah, man. But on the show today, we are talking.
Why y'all some haters, bro?
Why y'all some haters, bro? Shut up, bro.
On the show today, man, we are talking we got a little nuanced discussion, man. We starting off with some life stuff, man. So we're gonna start off with our guys, Thug and Gunna. We know what's going on. That joint hit us like a brick wall. What was it? Tuesday morning, figuring out what was going on, or maybe Monday night. I don't remember exactly when the news started leaking out, but yeah, Thug and Gunna, man, our guys, man, they in some trouble with some RICO charges, some state RICO charges. So we're gonna talk about, not necessarily everything in detail, but just the situation that they're in, from a 1,000 or 11,000 foot view, especially with given that we all live different lives than them two. So, fellas, we're gonna tap into that. AB taking shots at Kaep. You know what I'm saying? Last time we was on, we wasn't able to really speak on that situation until the video or the clip of his interview got released. I think shortly after that. Schedule release, man. I don't know if we're gonna have too much news on that. Schedule release is supposed to be dropping tomorrow. There's been a few leaks, but nothing spectacular or nothing. Nothing spectacular in any of that. But then, if we got time, top 5 power rankings. But mainly we have our guy Just Eric coming in to talk some Bengals and whatever else we got on the show at that point. He is a friend of the show, returning Bengals fan. We had him on right at the start of the playoffs, who he said his guy, that head coach it is, was on the hot seat. And he sure as shit took them boys to the Super Bowl, man. So we're going to tap in with Eric and see what he got going on in his life, but also the life of a Bengals fan today. So, fellas, well, Nick, how you doing, man? Because we were just talking about the workouts before you hopped in, and that boy Trey was flaunting all weekend and all day today. He had to let everybody know that he worked. I was about to say something wild, but
yeah,
he had to let
I'm
everybody
glad
know.
you stopped, bro.
He had to let everybody know that he he had you what I'm saying, on the floor. Sleep at that.
Bro, Huncho World wasn't even like that, bro. Like all this stuff he be talking,
bro. Chill, bro.
it wasn't even what he be saying. Like,
Hey, Trey, I ain't talking, bro. It ain't me, bro. It's your boy. It ain't me.
I'm gonna send him a clip for sure.
Yesterday for sure, little not little workout, but it was some bump for real, bro. Like, got my MacBook, bro. I know that's gonna happen. But yeah, it was straight. It was straight, bro. I'll probably do it every other week. Little boxing class, jump.
This nigga said
I still want
every other week, bro. I can't go every Thursday, dog.
I
can't. I don't trust Trey, cause.
No, I ain't trying to add a day. I book throughout the week, but I switch it up the morning, Thursday night. You know what I'm saying? Just a little something. Especially because we about to start hooping again, hopefully, outside. So, you know what I'm saying? I got to be great for that. So, got to make sure my schedule right, bro.
I mean, you can always play football, too. Flag football on Sundays.
Yeah, Nick, you be having time. You can really get out there and play if you wanted to.
All Nick do on Sundays, bro, is wake up, look at his phone, bro, see what time it is, go back to sleep, or wake up and eat pancakes, bro. That's all he do. You don't do shit on Sundays, dog.
It's my rest day, bro. I'll be chilling.
Look at him drinking that chocolate milk, bro.
Well, what is that, bro? I was literally about to ask what
chocolate
that is,
milk.
bro.
It's that Yoo-hoo shit. He's still drinking. He lied to us.
It's
That's
actually
you, bro?
nah, chocolate almond milk, bro. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
I really don't. I don't know
It's-
nothing about that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a juice replacement, bro. And it's protein.
Damn kid. You a kid. That's what you are, though. So listen, man. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna start it off with our guy, Gilly and Wallow. Mainly Wallow. I don't know why I said Gilly, but $1 million off a game. We're gonna talk a little Thug and Gunna right quick. I'm gonna start off with their clip because I don't know if you all seen it. Have you all seen it? The clip that I'm about to share.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. All right. So yeah, we're gonna show this for the people that's listening and watching. And I am so unprofessional right there with these gummies, bro. Put that shit up. So we're gonna go ahead and start out with that, and then get to the conversation. Boom. Share. Screen. Tab. All right.
I'm gonna be straight up, Thug. Like a lot of us, man, we be
You did 20 years, didn't you?
yeah, 20. I did 5 first, then I did 20. I did 5 in the juvenile system. I did 20 in the penitentiary. And I went.
So you really did more time in prison than you
I
ever
did
did
on the earth.
living.
On the earth. That's why a lot of times when some of y'all
Man,
young
what the
niggas,
hell?
when some of y'all young niggas in here that still be living that shit, I don't be talking to y'all on Instagram as some square ass lame ass nigga. I'm talking to y'all as a nigga that been in the prison yard and see little young boy come in with his tattoos on his face, and he like, oh gee, I'm like, what's up? You know Keisha from where? I don't know, but that's your mom. Yeah, she said, could you call it? Call it. Damn, yeah, he got a shooting. Then I go back, young boy, let me see your paperwork. He like, yeah, how much time? Like, when I'm going home?
Shit.
2073.
Cease.
And now all the gangster shit gone. The homies gone, the bitch is gone. Ain't nobody. So when I'm on there, I'm speaking from a place of trying to get niggas some real game. Cause I'm gonna tell you some shit, thug. It's lonely than a motherfucker in there. And when life goes on, your family dying. So when I'm seeing the young niggas, and certain niggas hit me, I DM and give them some game. I'll be trying to lay it on it because like, I ain't the nigga that's gonna say, here, youngin, take this pistol, take this package. I ain't gonna put you on no dummy mission. And the problem is so many niggas is scared of y'all. I'm not scared of no young niggas because I'm not coming at you in the wrong way. I'm coming at you the way your daddy ain't come at you, the way your uncle couldn't come at you because them niggas was dead in prison. So I ain't gonna be on the gram talking some sucker shit to you, just like I checked the young nigga in here. I don't know who it was. If like you rappers, like the artists, if you don't want to be an artist, take it to the streets. But don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga. And while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life. Y'all getting money that niggas never got, thug.
Mm-hmm.
There it is. For those who don't know what's going on, I'll be brief with this one. What are they being indicted for? And I mentioned Thug and Gunna. So there are 56 total charges in this RICO case, including clear conspiracy to violate the RICO Act itself, murder, armed robbery, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, possession of a firearm, theft, violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, and participation in street gang activity. The conspiracy charges stems from alleged incidents that occurred between January 24th, 2013 and May 8th, 2022. Thug specifically is facing 2 charges, and this was before the updated charge of last night. The conspiracy to violate the RICO Act and participation in criminal street gang. So that's the surface version of it. The new charge that he had just last night was a legal gun was found in his house on top of drugs as they searched his house after the RICO Act. So there's a whole new felony on top of the felony that he's facing, or the charges that he's facing right now. So for Thug, that's that. Gunna is being accused of 1 count of conspiracy to violate the RICO Act. So he was listed in at least 5 counts of the indictment itself. So these guys, man, we talked about it yesterday briefly, fellas, but this shit's wild. And if we're talking about it from like I said, that 11,000 foot view, I don't know these guys. I can't relate to their lifestyle from their upbringing, like the area that they lived in. I don't know nothing about it. I also don't got the money that they got. Like, but at the same vein, when you look at situations like this, bro, they ain't the only people who have been through something like this, but they're people who, they are the people who like succeeded. Like, they've made it past the point to where you had to participate in anything. And for the last charge to be on May 8th, 2022, kind of tells you not necessarily how involved they were, but how, like, their level of awareness and acceptance into the shit that the people around them were doing. Because we don't know exactly how involved they are, but if the feds got shit on you for a total of 8 years, bro, you've been doing something.
For sure.
You've been doing something, bro.
And they, what I've heard is if you got RICO charges, I mean, they say that you good as done if you start having, them looking into whatever it is that you're doing. But I mean, it's nothing but factual what I was talking about. I mean, it's so funny how this clip comes full circle with all these new charges getting put up on Thug, but I mean, he definitely going. I mean, he going to jail. I mean, without question. I just feel like it's a sad situation, but that's just the reality of the situation. Is it's just a classic case of growing up in the hood, really living that life, finding the way out. Well, not necessarily finding the way out, but being successful in your career that's taking you places, making millions of dollars, and you still can't leave that life alone. I mean, that's just what it boils down to, bro. I mean, you make the decisions that you make.
Wouldn't it be? Yeah, that's where my head is at. Like, I understand what Atlanta means to people that's from the area, but in that same vein, that area is the the foundation of how you got your nickname, how you got to where you are, the respect that you got in the streets. Once you pass the point of proving yourself, why the fuck do you even
I
stay in the
don't know,
area?
bro. I can't really speak on it, bro, because I mean, I never really was raised in that type of environment to really, you know, have a say so on that. But I mean, that's just the life that he lived. But I mean, at the end of the day, like you said, to your point, once you have arrived and made it to that point of like, but why? Why? You know, why? I mean, that's just the question that you and I, maybe Snick even has as well. It's just like, why can't you leave it alone? Why you just
Yeah.
can't live your successful life? Why? I don't understand. You've made it. You have made it. I mean, I just
Shout
don't
out,
understand.
shout out to Polo G, cause he the same dude in a similar situation, and what he did to better himself and better his life was get the fuck out of Chicago. That man,
Chief Keef too.
that man dropped, yeah, Chief Keef, but they dropped what they were doing, bro. And they moved to Cali. They bought some shit in Cali, bro. They don't even. I mean, they go home, but they don't go home that much, bro. It's not safe for them, bro.
All right.
Like people
Why?
do too much, man. People do too
Man.
much. Um. So speaking of people doing too much, well, my bad, Nick. My bad, Nick. You got some thoughts on just the situation in itself. And question for both of y'all too. Do y'all know anybody that we can answer after Nick go? But do y'all know anybody who, and we don't have to name people in particular, but people who had like a lot of things going for them in life, and that one thing kind of just it all came crashing down for him. And we can answer that after Nick give his thoughts on the situation.
All right. I'm gonna say so. It's easy to say why didn't Thug leave Atlanta, but you gotta think about Atlanta, the hub for a lot of the music. So everybody that's popping is in Atlanta.
I'm not even saying necessarily leave Atlanta. You ain't gotta leave Atlanta.
But it's hard. If he leave, if say he leave his hood or whatever. I think he from like Cleveland Avenue. If he go to Buckhead, he go to North Atlanta. That's only 45, 30 minutes away. So he can always spin the block and pull up. So it's hard to. But my whole thing is once you get to a certain point, you kind of got to leave certain people where they at. You can't bring the whole hood with you because you're gonna still think the same way because that's all you're around. The same people you was with when you ain't had no bread. So now y'all be like, oh, my thing is everybody was like, oh yeah, if we had this bread, we could flip 100 keys. So that's all y'all thinking about when y'all get that bread. Instead of if I put myself around other people, oh, we can flip rental properties all day. So you're not really stuck in that mindset of doing a stupid shit when you got bread because you around dumbass. Not even gonna say dumbasses, but you just around a certain influence and you just gotta get away from it, bro. Like that's where a lot of people catch their downfall. Like you get money, then you want to be for the hood, and it sound great. You can be for the hood in another city, send some bread back, turkey giveaway, anything, but you don't gotta necessarily hang around the same people or be around them 24/7 either. You know what I'm saying? You can come back, say what's up, chill out a week, not even a week, a day, and go back to your homely little abode where ain't nobody at. You got a gated community. You know what I'm saying? If the wrong person come to your gate, police getting called. That's what you need to be if you got a certain amount of money.
And
Yeah,
getting shot.
Yeah, and
yeah,
it's
for
like
sure.
any day in the hood, you can get shot, bro. So like you put
Hmm.
yourself in danger and your family, bro, just because you want to be around your homeboy. So
That's the reality.
Yeah, and I get it. You probably grew up with these people. You probably known them 18 years, 20 years, but shit, bro. They the same person. You not. And people gotta
Yeah.
realize that. So here's it is. I think Dirk do it, but he kind of do it a little bit different. He definitely got his money shit legally, but T.I. do it, Gucci
Say,
do it. It's a couple people, it's a lot of them that do it, but it's some that just don't do it, bro.
uh, well, it's a couple things you said there. Like Dirk, Dirk, Dirk. First off, Dirk has gotten in trouble, like legal
Yeah.
trouble with Vaughn,
Yeah.
before Vaughn passed. But to that point, he moved from Chicago to Atlanta. I mean, I don't know how much that helped him. He got into a shootout at his crib, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like he gets into some situations all the time. I don't think that's the case, but trouble does find him. Gucci, he's been out the way. There's some people who do it to your overall point, but I think one of the things, like for me, and I guess we can transition to the actual question. Do we know anybody who's had some highs and it all came to a crashing halt? I think, and I'll say this respectfully because God bless the dead. It's this person that I knew when I was younger, right? And I remember growing up, I used to always love going to their house because their house was huge, bro. Like, I'm like, damn, all I know as a kid, I'm like, bro, this house is crazy. They got a dog. I love dogs. Oh my goodness, I want to be here all the time. They got a backyard. I can fucking run and like, what the hell is going on? Like all these things in my head. I'm like, they got a big house, all this stuff, right? And years go by, same story. Like years go by, they're still close friends with the family. Nothing concerned. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you just stop seeing them, and you're like, what the hell? I didn't even realize I haven't seen XYZ for X amount of days, weeks, months, years. And sure as hell, like, not only do you not see them no more, they start having internal issues with their family. They separate from their spouse. They're back on drugs.
Man.
They ultimately lose their house. Their house gets foreclosed on. The big house that you loved, and you're like, damn, that's why I'm not going over there no more. And then all of a sudden, that person is passed away. You found them passed away on the couch or something because they overdosed. Like a story in which like they defeated the devil, but they lost the war ultimately with their internal demons. And again, like it's not a situation in which it's directly correlated to thug and like a violence standpoint, but it's somebody who had things going for them, bro. Like they were a success story within their own right, and they just couldn't shake those demons that haunted them for decades of their life.
Snicky muted, man.
I ain't say nothing. But I do know two people, two, three. I know like three people that made a terrible decision and fucked them up for a minute. Well, I know one of them. My godbrother Jamil, played
Oh
football at
damn, you
St.
put names
John.
out there, player. Okay.
Yeah, come on, bro, it's my family. My
I'm about to
godbrother,
say. I'm about to say. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna say a name too.
yeah, my godbrother. He was playing football when at St. John's. He was doing everything. He was going to school, and he messed around, caught a gun charge, riding in the car with somebody else. And he ended up doing a couple of years. He got out my senior year of high school. He probably went in my freshman year. Funny, he came out the day we had a track meet at Wise. I think it was Counties, and I didn't see Cuz until after, or like right before I was about to run. Then like I write him here, write me. That happened. I had another cousin. actually, this happened. 2 of them went in Atlanta. Both of them locked up. I think they might got life or 30 to life.
All right, hold on. All right, so you're saying in Atlanta, as in like recently, or in Atlanta, as in like when you were younger?
One of them when I was in 3rd grade. The other one probably happened like 3 years ago. So one of my cousins, the one that happened in 3rd grade, he got set up, low key. So he was like a well-known drug dealer in Fort Valley, in Atlanta. He messed around. Some people stole his car and ran over somebody in front of a Walmart on a Saturday afternoon.
Dang.
So they hit the person, backed up, and then hit the person again, and then sped off. And yeah, but because he had beat a couple cases beforehand. So once they got this and they got his license plate, they really didn't do no investigation. It was like, oh yeah, this you up out of there. So he been locked up since I've been in 3rd grade. Is he get?
So
He
they
probably
ain't they ain't do no DNA or nothing like that.
he couldn't.
Figure out.
So this is the thing. It's like, how can you report like when you in that life,
I see
bro?
what you're saying on that side.
Yeah, when you in that life, and he funny thing, he was yeah, but he had everything going for him. Before he started getting the game, he was playing ball. He was actually nice, but he just he got caught up in the fast money real quick, and then he got in that life, bro. So that, I mean, I don't know how he got into it technically, but I kind of know. But that's a lot of information I can't talk about.
Yeah, you ain't got.
Yeah.
Talk about
And
that.
then my other little cousin, he was going to Morehouse, and good student. I think he might have been a sophomore at the time. But him and some classmates, bro. They went to go rob a teacher.
A teacher.
Allegedly. A cuz is a teacher. Went to go rob cuz they was banging on the door. I think cuz more than the teacher though, because it's the way how it happened is kind of weird. Cuz jumps off his balcony and he doesn't die immediately. I think he like broke his back or something like that. He ends up dying in the hospital. And they charged, I think, all 4 of them with murder, or all 3 of them with murder. And my cousin was on the run. He was actually back up here, and he messed around. My aunt John like set him up. She took him out to eat, and as they out to eat, she said, "Enjoy this junk. This your last meal as a free man. The police coming to get you."
Wow. Okay.
I was like, when I heard it, I was like, bro, why would you do that? I mean, it's wild that he on a run, but like,
not the police coming to get you.
What you doing, bro? Like,
crazy, bro.
Yeah. So he I think he in Fulton County right now, just chilling. He got some time to think about what he did.
But it's chilling. Nick don't deserve to talk no more.
But it's wild. It's wild though.
Just chilling.
And he got nothing else to do, nothing but time. But the thing that blew me,
nothing but time.
he wasn't gonna get charged. They weren't about to charge him for nothing. But the dude, everybody's gonna run scot free. But then whoever, I guess his family member, pressed charges, and they charged all them boys with murder. So it went from nothing to murder. I was like, God damn!
He jumped off a balcony.
Jumped off a balcony on his own. Well, not on his own. Maybe like 3 floors.
That nigga died.
Broke his back, cuz. I'm like, bro, how did you break your back? But you supposed to roll, cuz something.
I'm about to say he probably just jumped just because he just felt like he had to jump. Even still, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I'm 2 stories up, I consider it. If I'm 3 stories up, I'm like, nigga, we gonna have to wreck.
Oh, brother, y'all gonna have to just rob me, cuz I'm not finna jump off nothing,
bro.
I would have looked over that balcony. I said, all right, hold on, bro. Come on, let's handle this jump. Y'all ready to squabble? Y'all trying to squabble?
About to say,
Oh my my guy. Right, you got the flow, dog.
I can't really say that I know somebody with a story similar to, you know, gang related incidents that, derailed their life, but I do have a story that, revolves around bad decisions. Um there was this kid, man. I mean, I can't he's older than me. I can't say kid, but we went to high school. He was a senior, I was a sophomore. His name is Eric Henderson. You all may have heard me tell the story before. Now I'm not sure, but he was probably one of the most talented players I had ever seen play basketball at that age. I mean, even now, the things that he was able to do in high school was ridiculous, bro. And I was a sophomore, like I said. He was a senior. He used to come to practice, bring his offer letters from colleges. He had college offers from everywhere. Any top five, I mean, Power Five school you think of, he had an offer. Um, Boy was super good, man. And then one day in the open gym, had nothing to do with. Now, mind you, he already had a drug problem. Like he would smoke before practice, sometimes show up late. But because he was who he was, coaches really didn't care. So nobody
Yeah,
ever
he was
really
just
said
a pure
nothing to him.
athlete. He wasn't like a work
Slim,
ethic guy, just athlete.
he was just ultra good, bro. Could dunk on you, shoot it from half. I'm telling you, bro, nigga was that nice, bro. He was super nice. And in the open gym, trying to do a 360 dunk, ended up hitting his head on the backboard, went into no, he actually got up, said he was good. He actually kept playing, said he was good, went home, went to sleep, and went into a coma. Didn't wake up, right? Was in I can't really remember right now off the top of my head how long he was in a coma for, but he ended up waking up eventually. And because of all the drugs, that they had to give him, they gave him steroids. Like he ended up getting chubby, like out of shape. Like he was in super good shape when he played ball, but because of the, drugs that they had to give him to help him recover, like he started to gain weight. And when he was
He
able to
probably had
come
some
back to
steroids then
school,
too.
yeah. And when he was able to come back to school, he wasn't able to walk that well, but he was still recovering, walking. But you could tell he had gotten puffier. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, years after we've graduated high school, he never really got back in the gym. He never really worked out anymore because he never really had a lot of work ethic. While we were still in
Yeah.
high school, he was just that good, and he ended up doing bad on drugs. So much so, a few years later, he was homeless. We would see him at the Bowie Town Center. Um, wouldn't even recognize me. We used to ride to practice together. Wouldn't even recognize me. I would, have a conversation with him. Then he would eventually remember me. But I just feel like maybe he only remembered me because he wanted some money. You know what I'm saying? And the really sad part about it is he ended up falling on some railroad tracks. I think it was in the current. I'm not sure which station it was, and died. Fell, hit his head, died. It was actually all over the news in the area, and he died probably like 2 years ago. And
Damn.
yeah, like it was bad, bro. Like a really sad story from somebody who had so much promise, and it's just
That nigga just
decisions
keep
that
hitting
he
his head,
made.
bro.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. Sad story, man. He was
Yeah.
super
Now
super
that's
super known in the area.
I would say that's just as crazy as like I mean, if you that high up from especially from an athletic standpoint, Brad, like it don't really get no better than that. Like to have that natural talent, but like to your point and to what we were saying, like if you ain't got that work ethic, bruh,
Yeah,
then if you're goddamn if something in life was just to slow you down, bruh, it's a wrap. It's a
it's
motherfucking
crazy.
wrap, man. Hey, joining us right now, we got the good man, just Eric. Just Eric is a good friend of the show, like I said earlier. He's going to chop it up with us, man. Talk some ball, talk some AFC North, and Well, first and foremost, welcome to the show. But also, we gotta check and see how Eric doing, man. How you feeling, big dog?
Fellas, appreciate you having me on. How y'all boys doing, man? Can y'all hear me good?
What's up, man? Yeah, we got you, man. How you feeling, Eric?
Yes, sir. We can.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. That was a crazy story you was telling there, man. But I'm feeling good, boys. I'm working on getting my health and fitness back in check. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for the season.
Hey, look, I told you I've been trying to recruit Ryan Nick for a little minute. I told you, you know what I'm saying, that flag football field is saying, hey man, whenever you ready, you know what I'm saying, you can step up on that field and play a little bit, man. But I get it though. Are you doing, how many days a week are you working out for real?
Man, so I'm starting to do 5 days a week, man. So I basically Monday to Wednesday, Thursday I'm off, Friday I'm back on, Saturday I run. So
okay.
I just started getting back, man. We just had a baby girl in my daughter's room right now.
Congratulations.
And
for sure. Congratulations,
man. I'm getting up at 5 o'clock every morning. I used to get up early, you know what I'm saying? But I'm up at 5, so I'm like, I might as well go to the gym. Stop making these excuses, you know what I'm saying?
There you go.
Yeah. So if you got one thing to tell the fellas, you know, Ryan Nick, you know what I'm saying, they got, you know what I'm saying, they probably in near future probably got some kids on the way, you know what I'm saying? If you got something
working on them, huh?
Nick for sure.
You got something to tell these boys about some kids, man. What's one thing you tell them so we can all be prepared about that?
Well, I'm a new dad, so check back with me in a couple months. But I will say this. Becoming a new dad, when that baby is here and you're in the hospital, make sure you work on that swaddle game. You know that swaddle. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that easy,
you might not know what I'm talking about right now, but
wait, I'm about to say I don't.
Right there.
Yeah, I've watched Dad do it a couple of times. My boy has actually had his new kid too, and he's been saying like how difficult it could be trying to do it. But I mean, he's got it down pat now. But I know what you mean.
Yeah, man, that swaddle is a game changer. Your baby be crying, you swallow them up, they be sleep instantly. I'm like, man, every time, fellas.
All right, man.
Put that in my notes, man.
Go ahead, man.
See, Nick
Crazy.
about to be the first one. He about to be the first one with the kid on this show, bro.
All right, Nick. Well, I'm gonna be ready, man. I'm gonna check back in with you. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm trying to get them out as soon as possible so I can, so they can be 18 at it. By some be a certain age, so I'd be like, they all out the house, go to college, and then I'm out here living my best life, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I just got one thing. How you start off with 5 days a week at the gym? That's what I want to know. Like, how that go?
Hey, man, I used to be like, because I was a collegiate athlete, so I was super active. I always worked out all the time, for real, even when I was out of school. But like COVID, then the baby, I gave myself so many excuses. I know 5 days, just doing it one day at a time, I got to commit to it, man. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
I just got to commit to it. That's it, man. I mean, I look at it as 1 day a week for real, even though I'm going, 1 day at a time, not 1 day a week. 1 day at a time.
Okay, all right. 1 day a week.
5 days a week. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Back like, all right, I did 5 days. You know what I mean?
So listen. Eric, last time we had you on the show, man, there was one thing that you told us. It was two things, really. Because we were surprised that Cincy, like based on the season, not necessarily like where they were, but based on the season, I don't think any of us, Nick or Ryan, had Cincy making the playoffs. It's a long time now, I don't remember. But in that moment when we had you on, you were telling us, man, that pressure was on Zach Taylor before they even got into the playoffs. And when we
last
got
time we
you
talked,
on,
last time we talked to Eric was right before our playoff game.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yes.
It was before. No, it was before. It was before they played the Raiders.
Right before we played.
Was it the Titans? Because you're a Titans fan, right?
I'm a Titans fan. Right before we played, because remember we talking about what we thought about the game. If he thought the Bengals were going to win, I was talking about. You remember that?
I think it was. It might have been right before that.
It was right before the game.
I do believe that.
That's why you're here, my brother. That's why you're here. But yeah, at that point, we was just trying to figure out what it was for Zach. Was it that 1 week that was just enough? And you were telling us, nah, it's not just 1 week and one win in the playoffs, man. It's not enough for Zach. And here you all are the AFC champions. Obviously, the Super Bowl means a lot more, but we haven't talked to you in a while, man. Talk us about how you felt watching that game? I know it was stressful. I haven't experienced no Super Bowls at all. So tell us about that Super Bowl game itself.
Man, you know what, man? I went all out for the game. You know, I rented out the clubhouse. I invited everybody. I bought cigars. I'm like, I'm gonna smoke these cigars. We win. Didn't happen. I still got them in the case. Okay, I'll be giving them away. But it was a surreal feeling, man. Watching your team. I think. Look, I had a couple of drinks watching the game, but I think I was like so involved in the moment. I actually missed like a large part of the game, even though I was. It was so weird. I had to go back and like watch the game after like I watched it with everybody around. Just because I missed like a good chunk of the game, I felt like. But it was a good feeling, man. It sucked to see the game end like that, where Aaron Donald made that play against Quentin Spain. But really, I felt like the Bengals was playing with house money. So it was a surreal feeling. They made it there. And, it was a good feeling, though, man. If you get to see your team in the bowl, it's an amazing feeling for real. And you really can't. You feel like you did something to be a part of that, even though you didn't. I've never been that type of guy to be like, we the team, but like, since I'm out of the game, I'm like, man, that was a good feeling. Made me feel good.
Damn that. I'm a part of it. I don't care what you say.
Right. I'm about to say, and secondly,
give a damn.
We've been following each other for a little minute. Eric, you are tapped in with the Bengals community. So best believe it's always those people like who has that. The people who are drawn to whatever they say about that team that they like. And for you and the Bengals, like every time I see you talk about the Bengals, man, everybody got to hear what Eric's saying. Everybody got to chat it up with Eric. So, I mean, in a sense, yeah, it's not you on that field or you participating in the Super Bowl, but shit, that's your team, bro. And people are looking. Imagine if y'all won. People are looking at Eric to see what Eric got to say.
That's true. That's true, man. I'm thankful. I don't know why, I'm glad people follow me and like my tweets. I know I'm a sports stooge for real, and I don't know everything, but I appreciate all the support, man. And yeah, I'm tapped in with the Bengals. I love the team. I do. Since Jeremy Hill, I loved him before that, but back to when Jeremy Hill fumbled that ball against the Steelers with 2 minutes left.
Oh, man. I forgot all about that game. I forgot all about that game.
Hey, we giving you a break, Jeremy.
I know that would hurt. That hurt almost as bad as Tannehill throwing that interception in the game. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah, that's pain.
We don't want to talk about that straight up, bro.
We're not going to talk about that game, man.
Hey, so in terms of the offseason, man, I know the offensive line was something that you all were all talking about. And even in free agency, you all had like key defensive guys like on 1-year deals or their last year of their deal. Walk us through it, man. Paint the picture for the Cincinnati Bengals heading into 2022. Just anything on the top of your head that in terms of improvements and where you think the team stands, especially after the draft.
Yeah, man. Coming into this offseason, the front office and I think everybody around the world knew that the Bengals had to make improvements on that offensive line. They gave up 30-plus sacks. Joe Burrow got sacked 9 times in one game against the Titans, which was crazy. Could have been sacked more. And, right starting off the offseason, man, they signed Alex Kaep from Tampa Bay, I believe. Then they went and got the center from the Dolphins, Ted Karras. And then, man, the big splash free agent signing, I know a lot of people are not talking about it as much. I think because it's Cincinnati, La'el Collins, man. And even though La'el, I think, he
I forgot
La'el at the Cowboys, he kind of left. I feel like kind of on bad terms. The relationship was kind of frayed. That was a huge signing for the Bengals, man. And I think that signing alone, it was huge. And they franchise tagged Jesse Bates, which brings him back for another year. Who knows how that'll work out? I think he wants that guaranteed money, which I don't blame him. But I think the free agency period alone for the Bengals was really it was the biggest part that they needed to attack. And they did that. Because when you think about it, the Bengals really made it to the Super Bowl without really a good offensive line, man. Those guys up front, the two guards, really, man. And that tackle, man, bro. Some of those, I mean, look, those cats in the NFL, no disrespect to those cats, but, some of those cats ain't starting at a Power 5 school right now. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, for real, though, So I think, it's crazy that they made it that far. But I think that free agency period alone really really was a big part of this offseason. We could talk about the draft if you want to talk about that too, because I've been really looking at those cats that we brought in. But I think the offensive line was really the biggest point that they needed to address, and they did that.
Who would y'all take with the first pick, Eric? Remind me real quick.
Yeah. So they drafted Daxton Hill, the kid out of Michigan.
I love that dude.
Nickel safety. He
Too
could
small,
play.
man.
Very versatile cat.
4'3".
Yeah, man. He ran a 4. That cat moving. He's moving. Now he's 6 foot, 198, 191. I don't know. He's kind of fluctuating between that. So I don't want to ramble on too much. Y'all let me know if y'all want me to continue to talk.
He like 170. He like 178,
We got
175.
you on the show, bro.
No, he's small, man. I thought he was a little bit heavier than that.
Wait,
but
he might be bigger, but he just looks small on the field. He looks like
he does look small, man. He does look small. He remind me of like a honey badger type cat. Now he don't have the instincts like the honey badger had. Like Tyrann had the instincts come out of college, but the way his versatility and the way he can be used, he remind me of honey badger. But Jesse Bates Stanford this year is going to be critical for him because he got a lot to learn at the free safety spot, I think, to be able to be effective for the Bengals in that spot specifically.
All right, Daxton 191, 6 feet 191.
Oh, okay, he moving.
Yeah,
Okay,
he got a decent size on him. All right, so yeah, talk to us about this about this draft, man. Who was your favorite pick? Was it Daxton? And if it was Daxton, talk to us about your second favorite or just how you think the draft went in general too.
So I like Daxton. I'm not really big on Michigan draftee player. Like not really big on Michigan cats, man, because you rarely ever see them work out in the league.
That's crazy though, but you're right.
It's crazy.
100%.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Taylor Lewan worked out though.
Yeah, man. Something about the breed, something about the I don't know what it is, man, honestly, but you never see Michigan cats really work out. But my favorite really draft, I guess my favorite pick in the draft was I'll say Cam Taylor-Britt. And I think the reason I like Cam, I think, is more I do like his ability on the field, but I like what he brings off the field. His personality, his leadership. He just seemed like a type of guy that's ready to work. And he's also on the field when you look at his resume. No, he's not a lockdown corner. I would never tag him with that type of skill set, but he has an awareness to try to go ahead and get the football. And the biggest thing that separates kids in college that play defense to the NFL is the awareness to get the ball back, to go get turnovers. So he always raking at the ball. He made a lot of plays on the ball in college at Nebraska. And he also played a little bit of offense too. So I think he might be a kick returner if he doesn't earn the starting role, which I think he could push Eli Apple for that.
Do you like Eli Apple?
He might have said he got it.
I was just about to
him and Anthony Brown the same player to me.
Do you like Eli, man? I just want.
Do I like Eli?
Yeah. Do you?
Hey, Eli played outside of his contract. I know Eli went to the Giants. They didn't like him. He went to the Saints. They tired of him. He came to
talking like he's nice, man. I can't stand it, honestly, man. He really.
You understand though? When you play DB, you gotta move like that, man. You have to. You know what I'm saying? He getting cooked all the time online. They cooking him even when he wasn't even having success.
You gotta back it up.
He sent one little tweet out, everybody on his ass.
That's true. But he did play. When you go back and look at the tape, man, I'm not saying Eli Apple's a lockdown corner, but he did make some critical plays, including I'm not going to remind my man Rod, get that playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
I know, say it. No, we want you to say it.
What happened? The game,
bro. First of all, go ahead, Eric. I ain't gonna say nothing.
All right, okay. At the end of the game on the line, Ryan Tannehill throwing in the coverage. Eli Apple right there, stick his hand in there, get the deflection. Game time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that job was too easy, bro.
Right, easy, man. Eli Apple, bro.
No, we lost to Tannehill happy feet. That's
bro. Eli Apple.
Do you understand?
By himself, bro.
If Tannehill just takes a sack, throws an incompletion, we're going to overtime, bro. He gave the game away to Janoris Jenkins. The next play, Janoris Jenkins is playing off coverage of Jamar Chase. All they needed was, 15, 20 yards. He got that on one play, bro.
Yeah. It was like a 15-yard out or something. I was shocked they even ran a 15-yard
coverage, Eric. I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it, bro. There's no way.
Hey, Rod, take a deep breath, bro.
Yeah, bro.
He's playing all coverage on Jamar Chase, and they need 20 yards, bro.
Hey, my bad, Ryan. I didn't mean to take you back through that, dog.
Oh no, it's all good. Janoris Jenkins was off
Maybe he
that
thought
game,
he was
bro.
going
We
to get
good.
cooked, right? Maybe he thought he was going to get cooked over the top.
It's all good. He's cut, so it's all good.
That's wild.
Hey, Eric, man. The draft is what it is. It's done now. When you talk about your division and that the prospects for the Cincinnati Bengals, I think Baltimore. It was a weird year for them. I don't remember seeing like so many injuries from them guys, man. And Pittsburgh, it is what it is with those boys. And then Cleveland, I'm gonna put them as like a wild card because I don't know what's about to happen with Deshaun. But like looking on the surface, like Deshaun in the picture, along with that defense that they continued to build, and I think they did they had some nice pieces that they got through the draft. Not the draft or free agency. I can't remember which one it was, but they picked up somebody that I liked on defense. The question to you is like, where you all think you're faring in the AFC North this upcoming year? And is this something where it can be a repeat season, or you're going to have a little bit more competition? Because I don't even think Pittsburgh backdoored their way into the playoffs, so I don't think y'all had any competition in 2021. But where are you at in terms of this upcoming season?
I think so. I do think the Bengals can repeat and win I do think they can repeat and win the division. It's going to be a lot tougher this year, and it's going to be a dogfight. You know what I'm saying? I know Deshaun Watson is very talented. Of course, the Ravens and the Steelers are always somehow the Steelers always sneak in there, man. You know, they just find a way to win. They find a way to win, and Lamar Jackson going to be pissed off for greatness this year. So. It's going to be tough, man. I think the one thing I like about the Bengals more than those other teams, man, and I'm not trying to be biased, but I really think Joe Burrow is a special talent. And I think this is an opportunity for him to elevate. And I think we'll learn a lot about him. You know what I'm saying? And he elevated it every time in his senior year of college. And I think every single time it was a big moment, he elevated. And I'm honestly expecting a big season out of him, for that reason, because the competition is heightened, and I think that's the big separator for real. And it's not a huge separation. I just think it's just that much to get you over the hump. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it means something to have that quarterback. You know, know that. It definitely means something.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up Burrow because. There's two things. First thing is the moxie that term that everybody loves to use, like that competitive toughness, like that mental space where he's always battling no matter what's going on in front of him. That that offensive line surrendering so much pressure throughout that playoff run that y'all had. I think to what you're saying, it is important and it holds credence because like if you have somebody who's that efficient under that duress, that amount of duress, it can kind of show like what's to come if you can get a better offensive line and if you can continue to surround him with weapons, whether it's building up that defense or just even getting them some receivers or tight ends. So I think the question is like, how far do you think Burrow can go? I know you slightly answered it, but is this somebody who can push for like all pros, MVPs, and eventually the whole? I'll just say like what type of prospects do you have for his future for this NFL career?
I think if they continue to build around him and they spend the money to make sure they keep him protected with the offensive line, I think he's a gold jacket type player. But they have to continue to invest to build around him. They got, when the time comes and Jamar Chase is up for his you got to pay that man. You got to pay him. You got to draft a couple receivers next year. You got to make sure that you're keeping these cats there. So that way when, first of all, Burrow's comfortable to stay to keep everybody. Bring Jamar Chase, keep Joe Burrow together, and let's keep going after this thing and just keep him protected. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I think he's a Hall of Fame type player, though. Eventually.
Got to pay that man.
Right? Why you so upset, right?
Because
Y'all
he
got-
right.
He's thinking of those
Because he right,
nonsense.
bro.
Y'all got
Because
Burks,
Eric is
bro.
right.
He
I
the
don't,
future.
bro,
Thinking of
that
AJ.
doesn't matter, bro. You got to pay him, bro. You got to pay him. I don't care.
gotta
You
pay
got
him.
to pay him. You heard what he said. You
Bro,
got to pay him,
what
bro.
if Burks become an all pro then, bro? What's
Hey,
up?
then God bless us. Then God bless us. If Burks become AJ Brown or better, hey, we hit a steal.
The Willis
But
Burks
right
show,
now,
bro, for the next 5 years. Willis Burks, cuz.
first of all,
Willis
bro,
Burks. Oh Lord. Hey,
I
Eric,
like
what you thought about that
the
trade? Did
Willis
it
pick
surprise
though.
you?
I love the Willis pick in the third. Me and Mo actually had
I like the
conversations.
Willis pick.
I love the Willis pick because I knew we needed to draft a quarterback, and the fact that we get him in the third, that's perfect. But Tannehill's going to begin the season, and it's really up to him or how soon he come in the game. You go out there and we start the season something like 2-3, 2-4. Oh no, we're not doing that. Come on out. Come on out.
Did we
Hold
talk about
up,
the
hold up,
Tannehill
bro.
situation
Hold up,
last
hold
week?
up, bro. Hold up, bro.
What? We started
You ain't-
season 2.
Hold up. You ain't had that same energy for Mariota when Tannehill was the backup.
First of all, what do you mean, bro?
And Mariota ain't that good, bro. He should have had a short lease too. You should have been ready to get him up out of there.
First of all, what are you talking about, bro?
We talking about
Tannehill.
Nah. We talking about the same situation. You ready to get Tannehill up out of here if he have a couple bad games, but you was
First of
all
all, do you know what the difference is? I'm
No,
gonna explain to you what the difference is. When Marcus Mariota got benched, if you go back and look at Marcus Mariota's numbers, he was not the reason why we were losing the games. I'm sorry.
Your offense wasn't doing nothing.
Our offense was better when Tannehill came in the game. Honestly, that is an accurate opinion of yours. But at the same time, looking at the numbers, I'm not saying that's why we were losing games.
Think about this though. Malik Willis is going to be the quarterback for the Tennessee Titans.
100%.
If not next year, if not this season, the year after. Because if, like you said, if Tannehill don't answer the bell, he already I hope everything mentally is good with him. But he already said he was having some struggles. And if he struggled early on, first 5 games, they're going to throw that rookie in there, man, if the season is lost.
I'm actually glad to hear that he really felt, as bad as he felt because I want him to know how bad I felt. So I'm glad he came out and said that because it made me feel a little better because I was distraught. Eric, I'm going to let you know right now. I was distraught. He started the game with a pick, threw a pick on the goal line, then threw a pick at the end of the game. I was hurt. My feelings was hurt. We sucked y'all 9 times. We supposed to win. I don't care what happened. We supposed to win, bro. And
somebody won that day.
For him to come out, I'm not even mad. Burrows did his thing. I'm not even mad. Jamar Chase did his thing. Listen, end of the day, I was happy to see that he cared that much, and that kind of meant something to me. But end of the day, you go out there and you stake it up. Sorry, you coming out.
Bro, he's not a bad quarterback though, bro. He's a
doesn't matter. You're
starting
coming out.
quarterback in
We
the
have
league.
too good of a team. We have too good of a team to go out there and not win a playoff game, bro. Sorry,
bro, he got y'all in the playoffs twice, bro. AFC Championship, bro.
Listen, and since he's been the quarterback of our team and he's made the playoffs, Ryan Tannehill has not performed in the playoffs. We won 2 playoff games because of Derrick Henry. That playoff run, we got to the AFC Championship game, lost to the Chiefs. Derrick Henry ran back-to-back 20-yard games.
That's Derrick Henry's team, though, bro.
The next year we played the Ravens. He could not. The Ravens stacked the box on us in the playoffs. Couldn't run the ball. We needed Tannehill to make a play. He could not. Couldn't do it.
Hey, question
Same
though.
thing happened.
Question, Ryan. Does the team run through Derrick Henry or does it run through Ryan Tannehill?
It works hand in hand. I'm sorry.
Nah, bro. Do it go through?
It works hand in hand.
I think we know the answer, Ryan.
If you stack the box with Derrick Henry, you need the quarterback to make a play. It doesn't matter. Y'all know the answers. I'm not even about to say go ahead with y'all. Y'all know the answers, bro. I don't know why y'all doing that today.
So this is my thing, bro. If y'all go 17 games going through 22,
we won't get 17 games if he go 2-5.
You can't just be like,
we're gonna have to. Hey, Nick, you're gonna have to stop because Rob Mike,
nah,
he got the little janky.
He
got the
like
janky phone, and he keep yelling. Like
at week 18, you can't be like, hey, Tannehill, we use you all season, but we need you today. You can't just do that, bro.
Eric, Nick, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Bro, come on, bro.
Explain that again.
Hey, explain 2-2. To go if 2-2 ain't doing his job, bro, y'all ain't gonna win.
Nick, please make it make sense, bro. Because I know you're not trying to say and say you making sense right now because you're not. If you stack the box,
all I'm saying
need the
is, bro,
to make plays, bro. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's
true. You
true.
expect Derrick Henry to be the 8-man box all the time?
He do it during the regular season. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Shut up, bro. No, Tannehill does not have a. Shut up, bro. You're not even making sense.
Hey Eric, how you think? What you think about the comments? I don't know if we talked about this last week. I think we did, but I want to get Eric's thoughts because when you said you did play on the college level, man, you do got some experience. Did you play football?
Yeah, I played football. Yeah, I played
Okay.
at Miami, Ohio, and I played Division II at Findlay College.
Yeah,
too.
Okay.
Eric, what you play, man? What position?
I played safety and linebacker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was a safety that got too big, and I moved down and played linebacker. I was ahead of my time. You know what I'm saying? I was a hybrid.
The hybrid. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, hybrid road.
Yeah,
So what
okay.
you think about the situation with Tannehill and Malik Willis, given that, the comments, I have thoughts. I don't know if I said this and I want to hear what you got to say first on where you stand on the it's not my job to train or to teach Malik Willis.
It's not his job to do that. However, that the mentoring process happens naturally in any locker room environment. Tannehill's an older guy. He's gonna be around Malik Willis 24/7, 7 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Studying film. He's gonna learn from Tannehill a lot, and they probably gonna build a bond. You know what I'm saying? But however, no, it's not his job to do that. But the media was trying to get him to give them a sound bite, and he gave it to him when he didn't have to say that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the same thing I say. He didn't have to say it.
Yeah, he said that because he really was feeling some type of way. That's why he said that. He wanted it to be known. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to make a statement. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I get where he's coming from because when you think about it, Tannehill out here trying to feed his family. And, when it comes to the game of football, especially in pro, I never played pro sports, but some of my boys did, and I heard it's cutthroat. And if you ain't producing, you out and the next guy in. So luckily for Tannehill, he a quarterback. So even if he don't start somewhere, he'd be a backup if Malik take his spot. You know what I'm saying? But I was kind of on the fence on what he said because I felt where he's coming from. Because anytime you come into training camp or anything like that, you competing, and I'm gonna show you I'm better than you. And it's not like I don't like you. It's just we competing right now. I'm trying to eat. You trying to eat. This is mine. You know what I'm saying? So I get it in that respect, but I think he could have just said it differently and presented it differently. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I think one of the things is some things just needs to go unsaid, and I mean we understand that it's not your job, and I'm all personally I'm all in favor. Like I don't have a issue with him saying it. I just understand the fact that it's just something that you didn't have to say. I just think that one issue with this and how people responded to it was like it was so volatile. Like in what world is somebody saying that they're basically saying, look, I'm looking out for myself. I mean, it's not my job to teach him. He never said that he's not going to teach him. He just said it's not his job. But I'm looking out for myself right now, and I'm not going to repeat everything you just said because I agree with it. It's all about I'm trying to win. My job is on the line. I don't need nothing from my past, my recent playoff past to show itself again. So I need to be all in on trying to be better in 2022. And people are upset that he's not saying, hey man, I want the best from Malik Willis. I want to make sure that he's the best quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. I want to make sure that they're in good hands when they move on from me in a couple weeks. Like, no, motherfucker.
Yeah,
I need to win.
Malik Willis is a talented. He just needs some consistency. And if you I'm not gonna break down Malik, but if you go back and watch his Liberty games, bro, the offensive coordinator was literally like some of the route combinations. When you go back and look at, it was terrible.
It's crazy,
it was terrible, man. And he probably needs some better coaching. And he's gonna be in a good situation under Vrabel, man. And I think Tannehill might be a little bit insecure about the level of talent that they bringing in because Malik could have very well been the first pick. You know what I'm saying? All he really needed was somebody to reach and take a quarterback, and he would have been next off the board. You know what I'm saying? But it just didn't fall that way in this draft.
Absolutely. Right, Nick, got any last things before we get up out of here?
Nah, I mean, I had my say last week when you asked me about the same questions about Tannehill. You know how I felt about it. I feel similar to the way y'all have already said. I don't want to repeat it out that you all said, but at the end of the day, I do feel like Eric. I don't feel like he needed to say that. I don't feel any kind of way because at the same day, we compete and we men. I'm the starter. They drafted you to take my position, and I'm here to try to keep that spot. I'm not mad at that. You know what I mean? But my thing is, at the end of the day, I don't think there's something that needed to be said. You could have said something different. You could have said something else. But that's where I'm at with it. At the end of the day, y'all know how I felt about Tannehill. You come out there and you slum it. You sitting down. Go ahead, Nick.
That's wild, bro.
Sorry, bro.
That's so wild.
I'm sorry, bro. We're a playoff team, bro. We're trying to go. We're trying to go to the Super Bowl, bro. I don't have time to play around. Don't have time, bro.
Who's your team, Nick?
I'm a Cowboys fan, man. I was going to let you know that
Nah, I ain't trying to hear none of this shit. It's like, let me go.
He does have.
Did you mute him, bro?
Yeah, I muted him, bro.
All a hater, bro. But,
I ain't trying to hear none of that shit you talking about.
Collins, he's a great tackle when available. He might miss like 4, 5, 7 games. Suspension, injury, it all happens for him. Yeah. So just look out for that. But when he do play, if he play in the back half of the season, y'all should be in good shape. So if you got a good backup right tackle, you're gonna need him for a couple games. For sure. For sure. But other than that, I do have a question. How do you feel about Malik sliding all the way to the 3rd round though? You think it's kind of
perfect?
I think.
I don't care about your opinion, right?
Malik sliding to the 3rd, man. I think it was definitely weird because the scouts and everybody was telling him that he was going to go in the 1st.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That was, I think it was. I don't know what happened, but they definitely was giving my man misinformation. I don't know why they was hyping it. Maybe this, get viewership to get people watching the draft. But I thought he was a 1st, 2nd round talent, no doubt. I think this year was a little bit different because when you look across the NFL, it's only 32 starting jobs across the league. Most teams have a solidified quarterback situation, and really not that many starting spots out there across the league. And really, I mean, every year it's only like 1 or 2 that's like really open when you really think about it. So I see kind of why he fell to the 3rd because of some of the inconsistencies. But really, his upside is off the charts, man, and he seemed like a great kid. So, I mean, I imagine that everybody that passed on him will probably be a little salty when they see him on the field because he got the talent for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait to see him on the field. All right, Eric, man, as always, I appreciate you checking in, big dog, man, and let the people know before we get out of here where they can find you and everything that you got going on, man. The floor is yours.
Absolutely, gents. I appreciate you having me on like always. Hope to come back. You can find me on Twitter at @JustEric_. I'm working on getting my own YouTube channel going, and then also I got another podcast coming out that's strictly Bengals with one of the Bengals networks. So I won't talk about it yet, but be on the lookout for that. You'll catch it on my Twitter, so I'll be on there soon. And yeah, man. I mean, you can catch me on Twitter. And I'm going to be breaking down some prospects on YouTube and just players across the league. So I'll probably get that pumping out this week. I'm going to do Daxton Hill and Cam Taylor-Britt, and I'll go to other teams and some other players.
It is. Hey, I'm definitely locked in, man. So, Eric, I appreciate you checking in with the fellas. Nick, Rye, you know what time it is. We will be back live next week. Next Wednesday at 7. And everything that we didn't get to today, we will circle back to next week. I don't know about AB and all that cap stuff though, man. That's probably gonna be like that's gonna be too old at that point.
Yeah, everybody say at that point. Who cares?
I mean, he technically we can talk about it real quick. He ain't lie. What he said, kind of told the truth. Just a little bit.
I mean, when AB say somebody trash, I believe it. But that's only because of where he at. He elite status. Like he in elite position.
He said Juju was trash. He wasn't lying. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, if AB, I'm just saying, when AB say something from a football standpoint, he could be
you, bro.
Appreciate y'all, boys.
All right. When he say something from a when you say something from a goddamn football standpoint, you can say like a one-line thing and just believe it. Man, that nigga some shit, or he ain't that good, or yeah, I believe that. Like AB say, he ain't great, he ain't bad. So I get it.
Was he? But Cat wasn't never. He was never like. He was good. He was. I wouldn't say he was good. He had a. He was alright. He wasn't good enough to be like to.
First of all, bro,
to leave the league and come back.
Let's be real.
Relative to AB,
I ain't say he was sorry. I ain't say he was sorry. You think
relative to the player that was calling him trash is where I'm getting at.
Oh yeah, for sure.
AB
compared to AB, he's some shit.
That's where I'm getting at. I don't think Kaep was a terrible player. I don't think he was a bad player. I don't think he was terrible.
I just said
no. I'm not.
He wasn't lying.
He's just saying. He ain't say you said that.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I mean, you know, it is what it is, bro. But yeah, you know.
Y'all think Kaep can play in this league right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I do.
Why wouldn't he be able to play?
Why not?
I don't even care about that. I don't know if he'll be able to start. I'm not gonna say that he can. I need to see that man on the field.
He better than Justin Fields right now.
Everybody gonna look good in the workouts. But if you got the traits though, you can get in the camp.
He's the designated thrower for Michigan's pro day. Come on, bro. That's my man's job right now.
What else can he do, bro? The league not about trying to play him.
If he really wanted to play, he could go to the USFL.
For what, bro? That's a waste of my time, bro. I'm better
wasting his time. He not doing nothing else.
Nigga, he been trying to get back in the league.
Get back in the league. You want to get back in the league? Show me you can play right now, bro. Go to Canada.
Let him come in for a training camp.
Bro, he can go to the USFL right now.
Nick, we can be done after this. We can be finished after this. You don't think Colin Kaepernick deserves an opportunity to go in and attempt to make a team in a training camp? Yeah, why not?
This is my thing. He's waiting.
Can you get an accurate assessment of how good he is right now if you put him in training camp? You can cut him anytime you want. But you can't bring him in and just see.
But this is my thing, bro. If they're not bringing you in, go play somewhere and get some film. Show that you can play ball.
Bro, Colin Kaepernick got film. Put it on.
Yeah, 7 years ago.
6.
Come on, bro. You would take Kaepernick right now in your squad?
On God, if we didn't draft Malik Willis, I would take him. But there's no room for him right now.
But you don't know what he can do, bro. My man ain't played in 6 years.
Like you asked me a question, I answered. Had we not drafted Malik Willis, I would have gladly taken Kaepernick on the squad. Do you know who our backup was before we drafted?
No, that just speaks volumes.
Do you know who our backup was before we drafted Malik Willis?
Mettenberger?
Do you? No.
Who?
Mettenberger been out of the league.
Who is our backup?
Some white boy named Logan Whiteside. Do you know who that is?
He probably better than Ben DiNucci.
No, he not.
Ben was trash. Well, he's still trash. I hope Terry Wilson beat him out in the off season.
Nah, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I would have gladly taken Kaepernick if we didn't draft Malik Willis. Gladly. The truth be told, I didn't think Malik Willis would be there in the third. I thought, if anything, he'd be taken before Desmond Ridder. I was thinking maybe we can grab Desmond Ridder in the third. You know what I mean? That's what I was thinking, honestly.
That kind of shocked me too, bro. Like
I was shocked they took Atlanta took him before that.
Let's go ahead and cut this thing off because we didn't got behind the scenes of these conversations. Yeah, about to say, hold on. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, 5 minutes later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. All that good stuff. The fellas will be live next week. Stay tuned for a whole bunch of Travel Dive content coming out. Film sessions with Logan Paulson. If you missed it, don't miss it. You still got time because you're going to be on time to watch that. Fedarian Mathis and Brian Robinson on D-Wade. Don't miss that. So with that being said, we out of here. Y'all be safe. Y'all know what time it is. We out of here. Peace.
Damn, set, hut, watch him throw the ball. We gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through fourth and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Dive.